And this is another thing of importance in reference to athletics. My father was one of the best athletes in the world. My father played in the NFL. My father played baseball. My father played basketball. My father played sports. My mother played tennis and other sports too. And my father even won the Tour de France, didn't he? In world record time, didn't he? When I was a little boy. Look at the history of my father's athletic accomplishments and my mother's athletic accomplishments. My father even dressed up as different athletes, even painted his skin for certain career athletics because of psycho, dirty white men trying to steal genetics. Dirty psycho men trying to steal genetics. I'm the only child of my mother and father. And all these people tried to steal my genetics, and these people tried to steal my mother and father's estates from me. People need to go to court. And all the athletes my father performed as and all the athletes my mother performed as has to be advertised in the media and in museums. And all the athletes that I performed as. And singers and musical artists and entertaining acknowledgments. They're messing with my mouth right now. The point of information of these government people making up lies. Look how long I've been an athlete. That's why my athletic accomplishments have to be advertised and documented in museums. They used to call me Superboy when I was a little boy because I was an athlete. My father was an athlete. My mother was an athlete. My grandfathers was athletes too. And my grandfathers and my mother and father were two of the, remember, my grandparents and my family history, they were some of the top athletes in the world. And top business people in the world. There was other top people in certain areas too. But in reference to athletics, my accomplishments, when I performed as an artist, or when I played in athletics, or when I performed on sports teams or in the Olympics, or if any documentation has to be advertised. Everything has to be documented in museums. These bad people trying to play tricks. People wanting to know, oh, they thought this, they thought that. I've been an athlete my whole life. I've been a business person and a business tycoon. I'm like the last tycoon. You ever seen that movie? Well, it's kind of a long history of some things. You know, I was born as a tycoon because my mother and father was super rich. My mother and father owned land. So some people tell you I'm the last tycoon in reference to basic information of the history and title. And there's certain criteria of which whether a person can use the word tycoon or not, as everybody is aware of that. But in reference to my athletic career, this is very important. These people that are blocking me from my money, blocking me from my life, trying to make up washed up BS, it's attempted murder. And in reference to athletics, my athletics are real. Don't make up any lies, government man. You try to accuse me of any drugs or steroids or anything like that, you can end up in prison for the rest of your fucking life. But in reference to when I was little and performing in sports or gymnastics or anything, these government people that have slandered my character need to get prosecuted.